My name is Daniela. I'm from Mexico and I want to share with you 5 love levels in Spanish. What do I mean by love levels? In Spanish, and maybe in Latin America, you will find and you will use these phrases to express love or the way you like people. Niveles de amor, love levels. Number 1, caer bien. This means someone is easygoing or you like this person because someone is really nice. Maybe because someone is funny or interesting. So caer bien means this. For example, my friend Susan cae bien. For example, mi amiga Susan cae bien. Ella es interesante, dice bromas, así que mi amiga Susan cae bien. For example, when I got into university, I started making friends, so I used to hang out with the whole group. In the middle of the semester, it was common to split into smaller groups, so we ended up kind of with an awkward friend. So we used to do sometimes crazy things because we didn't like to hang out with her. So I could say this person wasn't easygoing. So this is a negative thing, and also you can use it like that. Caer bien is a positive thing, but you have the downside, which is caer mal, or sometimes is caer gordo. Okay, so you can use caer bien for something good and caer mal if you really don't like this person. Caer bien literally means to fall well. Of course, you're not going to take this literally, but it's just a phrase you can use. Number 2, gustar. Literally means to like someone. You can also use it when you like things, but in Mexico, be careful because when you use gustar means that you're into someone, that you feel physically or intellectual attraction. For example, you can go to the first date with a guy or to a girl. After a date or some days that you're texting or talking, you can actually use gustar if you're getting to know her or him and you actually like him or her. Okay? But please be careful because you can use it in the wrong way. For example, in English, you can say, my friend Susan, I like her. For example, in English, you can say, me gusta. In English, you can say,
Okay, otra vez.
for example, in English, it works if you say, I like Susan. She's really nice. But literally in Spanish, you're saying, Susan me gusta. Ella es muy amable. So you know the difference? You can say in English, I like Susan. But in Spanish, you're saying, me gusta Susan, but means that you feel attracted to her. So it's not the same thing in English, in Spanish. For example, in my time teaching Spanish, I have taught this many times. Once I was talking with a student and she was new in the city and she wanted to make friends. So she started actually making friends by apps or going to events. So once she came to class and asked me about how to say things in a better way. We started to talk about this and she realized she was talking to some guys and she was telling them me gustas. So she was giving the wrong message. So you have to really be careful when you sing gustar because you may say a wrong thing or just saying something that you don't want to say. So be careful. If you really like someone, you think it's nice, you remember that you have to say me caes bien, but never me gustas because means you are into that person. Number 3, encantar. I do not have a translation for this. Sometimes it's to love, but I'm going to give you some examples, okay? Some people use encantar when they really, really like something. For example, in Spanish, I can say, me encantan los tacos. It's kind of saying in English, I love tacos. But do you see that I'm using love? In Spanish is encantar, when you really, really like something. You can use it also for people. Me encanta Susan. Sometimes you can use it because Susan has a strong and funny personality, so you can use it for people. Of course, be careful with the tone, because if you say me encanta Susan, like means that you're into her. So be careful with using this. But remember, you can say me encanta, it's I love it, but not in a love way. You can also say it if you really like something or you just like someone because it's really nice. In a relationship is level 1, when you're starting to develop kind of love. So I would say me encanta mi novio. And that's just an example if you're in a relationship. Number 4, querer. It means literally to want, and it's kind of level 2 in the love level. We use this to express appreciation for somebody, for example, your brother, your sister, your mother. But if you are in a relationship, this is kind of the first step. This means that you're starting to love somebody, your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So sometimes you use this verb that is literally to want. I can say, yo quiero unos tacos. Doesn't mean that I love tacos, but it's just something that you want. Or you can say to your mother, to your boyfriend, somebody that you appreciate, te quiero, or te quiero mucho. So it's the same verb, but there's 2 ways of using it. Finally, number 5, amar, to love somebody. This means that you actually love someone. It's not something that you said in the first date or in the couple of months that you're dating. It's something that developed through the time. In Mexico, and I've learned that also in the US, you have time, you take your time to say this phrase, to say in English, I love you, and in Spanish, te amo. It's when you feel like this strong connection with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or the person that you're dating. I know this means something powerful, but the cultural thing in Spanish, and I noticed that it's very different in the US, is, for example, when you start dating, for example, you use dating when you are in a relationship. In Mexico, we use dating when you're just hanging out. It's not the same. First, to start by that, it's not even the same. But here is common, for example, when you are hanging out or dating somebody, it's common in Mexico to ask, would you like to be my girlfriend? It's common here to ask that. I've noticed that in the US, it's not so common. You just start to hang out, then you say you're dating, and finally you said that you are boyfriend and girlfriend. I wanted to share this with you because I want you to be able to express these love levels. It is very important to communicate clearly, especially if you're going to travel through Mexico or Latin America. I'm not really sure about number 1, which is caer bien, if it's used in other places, like it's outside of Mexico, but now you already know the meaning. So you can ask, if you're traveling to other place that is not Mexico, you can ask for this if you want to say caer bien.